Yo, what it do, Live Nation? This your boy JuKIng the Ball saying, you know what? Today I realized something, that the reason I'm so interested in live is because I understand now why the live community is as dedicated as they are to live. Why they speak so highly of it regardless of its flaws. Because live listens to their community and they know they have a long way to go to becoming the greatest basketball product that they once were. Now, I'm trolling through the websites today and I come across a couple of articles, and I couldn't just read those articles. I had to go and get the information from the source itself. So I head on over to EA Sports NBA Live website, scroll down, and this is what I see. The introduction of female creative player. Now, last year I talked about when they introduced the WNBA, and I said that it'd be great to see them allow you to create players. But last year I also said that it feels to me more so that they're just going to introduce the WNBA players to get a feel for it, to get them in the game, and to see where they can go from there. Now they're adding the actual introduction of female creative players. Now, there are two people that I know that are going to be extremely happy about this. Number one is my boy B. That's his favorite player right there. That's his favorite player in the WNBA, Candace Parker. That is what he likes to call his boo. Hate to put him on blast like that, but that's who he loves. You know, he loves her game, he loves her skill, and she is beautiful. She kind of reminds me of the female Anthony Davis. I ain't throwing no shade, but she kind of look like she'll put 40 on me like it ain't nothing. Okay, probably make me look like a man boy in the paint. But shout out to NBA Live for taking this next step, taking this next big leap in the game of basketball. We know that gamers come in all shapes, sizes, and forms. Gamers are both men and women. And at the end of the day, basketball games have a following from both. This right here is a move that's going to help them get more female gamers on their side, especially because female gamers do want to be represented by a female avatar. In the game of basketball, it's very understandable because this sport of basketball is played by both men and women. So we're going to dive into all this details in just a second. Dive into the article. Let's see exactly how much details they went into it. So for the first time in live history, they're bringing female creative players to the one. NBA Live 19, when you hop on the sticks in September, you'll be able to take a female ball and complete in the Streets World Tour, live events, live run, and more experiences. So they basically are informing us that it doesn't seem like there won't be the WNBA seasons, but you will be able to compete in the Streets World Tour, live events, and live run. And that's a move in the right direction. Like, at the end of the day, sometimes you got to take baby steps. You can't just, what they say, you got to first learn to crawl before you can walk and run. So, you know, they learned to crawl last year by introducing the WNBA players in a small game mode available within the game. This year, they're taking it to the next step and introducing the creation of your own personal female avatar. The second person that I forgot to mention that will be extremely happy about this is my sister. She loves playing basketball games, and now that there's a reason for her. Last year when Live was dropping all their information, she was always going around talking about Live is back, and I used to look at it, laugh, because of how she said it, how enthusiastic she was about it. And the inclusion of WNBA was one of those things that made her say that. The one mode was something else that made her say it. But this year, she's gonna really feel like this is gonna be her go-to game, because now she'll be able to create her female avatar. She used to play basketball when she was in school, so when it comes down to it, to be able to then create her a character, and we're gonna dive deeper into this article, be able to create her a character that she feels represents herself, that's gonna be perfect for her. The fact that you'll be able to create a female, now don't get me wrong, we know it's gonna be a lot of dudes creating female characters. That's all well and cool. At the end of the day, it's really just about the inclusion of it. I play a lot of games where dudes create female characters and everything like that. It's literally about the inclusion of this, and that's the positive move in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna dive into what they talk about: female player, creative player customization options. It all starts with getting your face in the game with the NBA Live companion app. Game Face HD now supports the scanning of female players. We'll also have multiple preset head models to choose from as an alternative option. Once you have your facial appearance set, you can pick from hundreds of hairstyles to really express your style. Now, fellas, please, no matter of fact, NBA Live, please do not allow it. So that way, well, you know what? For right now, let's just not add the ability for these dudes to throw beards on their women, okay? You know what I'm saying? The community's too creative, and we would see some really, really wild things that I don't think it'll allow me to actually have. I'll be able to have fun playing the game, but I won't be able to take the game too serious. because like, you know, you looking at this player, and you know, she's 7 feet with the beard, you know what I'm saying, and boobs. It's a combination that, you know, somebody's gonna find a way to try to do it, but it's good to see them going in that. Next, you'll focus on the type player you want to be by picking your play style, but we're gonna talk about that a little bit later. From here, you'll set your height, your weight based on the play style you pick. There are no differences in the limits for female players versus male players. So everybody will have equal options when setting their player's physical attribution. So you could literally create, I think the highest height they had was 7'2", 7'1". You can, or 7'2" or 7'3". So you can literally create you a 7'2" female player. Oh, okay. Now we talking about real. It's getting real big now. With GameFace HD, dozens of preset heads, hundreds of hairstyles, and access to all of the players' play styles, female players will truly be able to express their custom-looking NBA Live 19. Player types. Now let's dive into the icon progression system. Again, female players have the same access to the entire progression system like male players do. So whether you prefer playing like a guard, wing, or big player type, it's entirely up to you. This is what's going to allow for some really creative. I like some real creativity. Within each player type are the unique play styles you can choose and specialize and customize. Each play style will have a unique accountability paths. We talked about this in a previous video, where including WNBA superstars like Candace Parker. So, like I said, it breaks down into one of my previous videos, my last video, where I talked about what they meant by Spark as one of the play styles. So they're going to be female basketball legend play styles that you'll see in the game, and that's a great thing. All right, so now let's break it down in a little more details. Guards are broken up as backcourt shooters, slashers, backcourt defenders, and floor generals. Okay, nice. Each icon ability for their play style will embody the specific tendencies and varying skill sets that can be found within the overarching type. In any case, guards fit within the 5'8" to 6'5" height range. That being said, 2 of our NBA Live squad members, Allen Iverson and Candace Parker, fit under the slasher category and are 2 of the 3 icon players you can choose to start building your player progression foundation from. While AI, aka the answer, is more of a one-on-one player, Candace, aka the Spark, is a bit more drive and pass guard with the Spark icon ability equipped. When you finish at the rim, you'll be granted a boost to blow by defenders and 1 to your mid-range shooting. Okay, so the Spark is Candace Parker. Nice. That's what I'm talking about. So now let's see. They dived into bigs, stretch big, rim protector, post anchor. Bigs range from 6 feet, 6'8" to 7'2". Okay. Process. Okay, he's one of the icon players. As you progress through the play style. So let's see what they had in the wings. Wing player types: wing shooter, wing scorer, wing defenders, and playmakers. Let's see. They come. Okay, they got certain different icon players within those play styles, and it seems like they okay, yeah, another player's foundation is skill set. So if you choose the wing shooter play style, look out for the triple threat icon ability inspired by WNBA star Elena Del Donna. Oh, I hope I pronounced that right. Either which way, I'm gonna go with it. Okay, so the ability gives you a boost to mid-range shooting and finishing anytime you hit a 3, block a shot, or grab a rebound. Wing players can range from 6'4" to 6'10". Okay, so we're already diving in. So now we look at the gear. Guards will remember that last year in NBA Live, you were able to unlock player rewards after games, live events, and by accomplishing several other milestones within the one. This time around, there will be both male and female versions of rewards items like premium live strike gear, as well as some rewards exclusive to female created players. The appearance can be customized to the tune of tops, bottoms, socks, kicks, accessories, tattoos, and even celebrations. All right. So now let's talk about the game modes. Female created players will be able to progress their characters in modes like the Rise, NBA Live 19's introduction to your career mode, which sees your player travel around the world to build her legacy on the streets. She'll need to travel from city to city and country to country in an effort to prove herself against elite basketball players from both the WNBA and the NBA. The better your player performs on the court, the more she'll level up her skills. This also includes online modes like live events, live run, where she can hoop with the entire NBA Live community. By beating other teams and completing challenges, your female characters will get the opportunity to unlock tons of rewards. That rewards could mean customization options, but it could also mean players to add to your squad in the new signature game mode, Build Your Squad. In NBA Live 19, they're giving the most customizable game experience ever and adding female creative players for the first time in franchise history. The time for female ballers is now. Live, great job. I give you credit. That is a hell of a move. We knew at one point that you were either going to backtrack or you were going to take the next step. It's good to see that y'all are taking the next step this early. Now, it's like I said, we look at it and we can compare the two games, Live and 2K. We can do that all we want. But at the end of the day, what we want to see both of these games do is we want to see both of these games light a fire under each other. Because at the end of the day, whether you like to play Live or you like to play 2K, you want to see the competition get better so that way the product that you love gets better. They can't afford to rest on their laurels. So now it's all about seeing where they're going from here. Where's what's Live going to do next? Because now you can only say that the next step in the next installment will be to the addition of WNBA franchise mode, something slight. Or just kind of anchor that to the NBA franchise mode, because you got teams like, I know, like the Wizards, the Mystics, Caps, all owned by the same person and everything like that. So like when you see these kind of things, like you can easily just branch it off and actually add a little more depth to the franchise mode itself by now having to focus on both teams and building up both teams, finding stars for both teams. So, like I said, hat goes off to Live for such a great move that they put. I'm gonna leave a link for the article for the video. Check it all out. Give yourself a good read. I skipped over a couple things, but at the end of the day, we talking about big news coming out of Camp Live. Now, as far as what's coming up next for me. So right now I'm kind of working on a 2K video specific for earning VC and leveling up your player. I know 2K18 is almost over and 2K19 is right around the corner. But the video that I am working on is going to help you regardless of whether you'll be playing 2K18 for the next year or whether you'll be playing 2K19 for the next year. These are tips and tricks that are going to help you. But as far as Live, I told you the second that some news drop, I'm going to give it a look. I'm going to check it out and I'm going to break that information down to you and just make sure the entire community knows as much about this as possible. This your boy JuKIng the Boss. I'm going to catch you guys on the next video. I'm out. Let's get it.